I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing just as good as I am right now tonight.
Hey everybody. I think Gator is wanting to come up before I start my show on the Ranlo cop. Is that right? Gator, are you wanting to come up before I start my show on the cop? Hey Alicia.com, Sarah, Cup with Jen, Knee Pats, hey, Velveteen Rabbit. I'm going to say hey to Knee Pats not once, not twice, but 3 times, lady. Velveteen Rabbit. Let's see here. Paisley Moon. I love that. You know, I'm a Prince fan, so I love that. Haven't been feeling well the last couple of days, so I look kind of yucky. Hope that's okay. If y'all need me to turn this off, I will. Stone Gator. Okay, I think I got everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Alicia, okay. Okay, so Gator, are you wanting me to drop you a link before I do my show? Is that what you're saying? Okay, she said yes, ma'am. Okay, invite, copy, here, paste. Okay, and then I drop one for your friend too. Is that right? Copy, Jen, paste. I hope y'all hear me all right. I'm still trying to get used to my new equipment here, and I'm using my husband's monitor, so everything's kind of different. So I hope tonight the connection is better than it's been. Hey! Oh my God! Hey! Oh my God! It's crazy! Oh my God! It's so good to meet you.
Hey,
I
man.
hope I'm not too loud.
What's up?
This is your surprise. He wants to interview with you on Wednesday if you have open.
Do what?
He wants to interview with you on Wednesday if you have open.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Damn Gator, you know everybody.
My husband. He and I became big Clint fans.
What's up?
Yeah, man. Motherfucking
The
crack.
sweetest guy.
Motherfucking
I
crack.
knew I was gonna hear it.
Yeah, with
The
me, man.
sweetest guy. He doesn't
Actually,
Don't blow up his head. Don't blow up his head.
know much to do laundry. He's a great guy.
Oh, you got to do one little dance move.
Nice to meet you. Broncos fan too. Named our grandson Montana.
Oh, it's our little boy. He's growing up, Christy Marie.
yeah,
I
unfortunately,
see that.
I'm a fan of them. We
He
saw
has grown up in 3 years.
over with for us.
I love this. I love this. That looks
Our
awesome.
season's almost over, so thank
I
goodness.
just made it to second base with him.
Well, you look
Get
fantastic.
closer to the camera, Clint. Let her get close up.
Yeah, you look fantastic, man. You always look.
Thank you.
Oh,
Well,
he
also,
looks different than on the show, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know, it's so good to meet you both. Thank you.
You
for-
might need to introduce him to your chat. I don't know if your chat knows who he is.
Well, you introduce yourself.
I'm a nobody, so
Clint,
what?
Clint, tell him.
Okay, I was
Tell them the season and everything. What season you were on and all.
I was on season 2 of Love After Lockup, and then I was on season
Life
1
After Lockup.
of Life After Lockup. So yeah, that was like 3 years ago. So no, 4. 4 when
Oh
we
my
filmed.
gosh, he's a grandpa. He's a veteran.
I'm a veteran,
Tell them your name.
but I didn't. I mean, I
They
haven't
don't know
watched
who you
any
are.
episodes.
Tell them your name.
I don't. I
They
haven't
need your
watched any
name.
episodes.
You got to tell him your name, baby.
My name is Clint. All right, Clint Eastwood.
If you give them just
So
one
do
of
you
these
still
things,
have any of those shirts?
Oh God, no.
Nope, he
No.
sure doesn't.
No. Some were thrown away.
No, all were
That
thrown
was a
away.
great
I got
marketing
them all.
idea, though.
Where
It was, but
I can find something, and I will send you a Lalu package, Gypsy. He can say mother
Am
effing.
I
Are you a
echoing
coffee
too bad?
Clint, Alicia says,
man,
"Holy
hey,
shit,
help
my
me on the
mom
mug
loves
out,
you."
please.
That is not a good mug. Your eyes are
Yeah,
all
everybody
bloodshot.
loved Clint. Am I echoing too bad, Gator?
No, Clint, Alicia says, "Oh my God, my mom loves him."
Thank you.
I could send him out FedEx
So you
overnight.
guys,
Yes, you could overnight
Gypsy,
USPS or FedEx, UPS.
You got to send them back though.
You were the
You'll
coolest,
want to send them
sweetest
back.
they've had on there.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed watching it back then.
Thank you.
That's my
don't
buddy.
blow up his head, Gypsy. Don't do it. But I
Will
just
you
want
ever go
everybody
back
to
as a
know
guest?
Like that,
Clint
Gypsy, and I
and I
appreciate
will
that.
be Clint and I will be
I
doing
appreciate
trivia
the
together
invitation.
every once in a while on my
That's a great
channel.
idea. That's a great
Positivity.
idea.
Thank you, Sister Marie. It's
So do y'all still watch it?
No.
No, he said
She
no.
every now and then peeks on it, but just like watches little clips. But
He doesn't like me watching it at all.
Oh,
Not even the new
not me. I
episodes,
watch nothing. Don't know anybody. Don't talk to anybody. Any other people. I did go to what I was in Vegas to see Brittany and Marcelino, but that was 3-4 years ago.
they got
So
some cute kids.
We were good friends with Scott, but
yeah,
he passed.
Scott. I liked him. I talked to him a couple times via phone. You know,
Remember how me and you and Scott were going to do an after
tongue.
night show?
That's the
You
one
remember
that was his life, right?
Yeah, he passed away from COVID
Yeah,
complications.
was it November
It was
last
November
year?
last year. He was like
Or the year
literally
before
my
last, I
my
should
little
say.
bestie, wasn't he, Clint? He
Oh,
was so
Scott
funny.
was awesome.
Fun fact, he was dating 4 different women. Remember, Clint? He was trying to decide which woman he wanted to be with, but
Was it just 4?
it was 4. But remember, she well, it took him a year, literally a year after the show was over to he had to pay a lot of someone's debts. And I have all of it. I have all of it because him and I were going to do an after hours kind of like Q&A because he is such a he was just he that would be a great thing for for Clint to tell this beautiful lady.
Gypsy.
Scott is
Yeah.
Scott was a wonderful person.
Oh yeah,
and
he's a great guy.
it literally took him a year after the show to
And others who have passed away too.
Yeah, all
sadly,
of them. All of them. Yep.
You know, just
Well, something I wanted to ask you, now that I have you here, what do you think about the interview process to become a contestant on there? Do you think that they're doing enough, screening and vetting? Like one of the girls from this season just got beat up pretty bad by Chris, Gabby and Chris.
What?
Yeah. And he put her in the hospital. She had
when did this happen?
Well, Google it, and it's like real recent, like really, really recent. And then his mother came on and clapped back. But so
holy crap.
Yeah. So I just was curious. Do you think that they're vetting people good enough?
Well, I mean, they're prisoners, so they're in jail. Like they all have backgrounds.
It seems exploitive, you know.
I don't think
that's
it's like
exactly what it's all about. Is exploiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exploitation.
Yeah, Clint, you should like
because I mean, listen, Gypsy, how many of the people that were on the show are actually still together?
Right.
Probably less than 10%.
I would like to know that, and I'd like to know how many have returned back.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I'm sure the numbers are real low.
Well, Brittany's still, I think she wrapped up. I don't know if they're even taping right now, but I know Brittany and Marcelino were on the recent, but I don't know if they're if she's
Are they still together?
I hope not. I really hope not. I know they were gonna get a divorce. The last I saw it, that was a while
Didn't
back.
know that.
Out of Vegas,
I thought that all that was they
or she lives in
Yeah,
Vegas.
she does real estate now.
She has her own place.
Yes, she just moved.
She's very successful in real estate, right?
Yeah, she's successful in a lot of things. She wrote her own book, I believe,
Yep.
and
That's smart.
really turned her
You
life
should do
around.
that. You should do that.
I would
I would
love
buy
to.
your book.
I can't find a publicist and don't know what all to do exactly.
We even
Well,
know what his
Bill
title's
Gator
gonna
know
be.
one.
I know a publicist.
Yeah. I'll tell you
Oh, I
later.
think that Clint absolutely could do it. He could find somebody to trust to write his story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I have to
I'll
be
write your story for
being
60%
honest,
of the
whatever, and
fees.
I'm ready for that. So
Isn't he sweet? That's why I call him Chicken Nugget. That's why I call him my nug.
It'd be
Clint,
awesome.
show him the sign because people thought I was making fun of you. I'm like, no, that's really my nickname for you, isn't it? Nug.
yeah,
I've been calling Clint Nug for 3 years now.
Are
I'm
your
sure you
parents still in that beautiful home you have?
yeah.
Yeah.
They just actually built that from the ground up, like what 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Oh my
Gorgeous.
God. Miss Alice did a tutorial.
That the laundry room is iconic.
It
Becoming
is. That's what I remember about it.
Wait till you see the outside of the house, then you'll change your mind. The outside is
I'm
beautiful.
sure they did show the outside.
No, they didn't. Alice showed me the outside.
Oh well, I'm sure on the show they
I
did
told
as
her
well.
that I'm going to skateboard down the whole area.
But yeah, they just
Like on
they-
Friday
that-
night or Saturday night, y'all don't watch the show.
I'm not really into it anymore now that I know the behind the scenes of it.
Okay.
And I
I am.
really,
yeah,
bet
it's like
I
there's
bet a
no
certain
there's
person
no
misses us, don't he?
yeah, one of the executive producers
He
on
doesn't
there
really miss us too much.
doesn't miss me too much.
Remember when he said he was outside the apartment and we really
Because
thought
I
he
kind
was?
of near the edge of when I was on there, I kind of let it get to my head a little bit. And I was
How do you not? I mean, yeah.
No, not you.
demanding a little bit on some things that I
Not
had
really. He
no
was
grounds
being
to
nice to
demand.
you.
We were both playing
They were
dirty.
both. No, they were both doing it. He would tattle on Clint to me and tell Clint to behave, and Clint just didn't care because somebody forgot to sign a certain paper.
Anything to do with TV shows, they're all like
Piece of the pie.
atheists. Oh, I'm sorry to do religion.
Yeah, I hear you. For those
That's
of you
what it's-
coming in, Sugar Pie, and I think maybe was Sarah already here? This
Sugar
is
Pie.
Clint.
Hey, I've been
and
told about
Love
Sugar
After
Bear.
Lockup, and we're just
You look like Sugar Bear.
we're going to do an
Who said
interview
that?
with him on Wednesday. So
Show
Yes,
me
I
a
know.
Jen. I'm showing Penelope. Show me.
No, not sure.
Hump day. Hump day. See? Now me and
Sugar Pie, do
Gypsy
y'all
both
get Love
went.
After Lockup over there where you live?
Unfortunately.
Think she's-
No, no, she lives in
I'm
Scotland.
not
She's
gonna
in
lie.
Scotland.
Nicole and Tia are my guilty pleasure, and you know it.
I'm
Not
not
into
gonna
that.
talk about that.
He doesn't. No, they're my buddies because Tia has the same condition that I do. I love Tia. Not in that way. I don't miss a certain one. My sister. I do not miss him.
Tyrese.
No, I
Do y'all
don't
watch
miss
any
him. I
reality
never talk to
TV
them.
at all now?
I do.
Jen does, but
What is she
not
like?
me.
Sister
Housewives, Real
Beverly
Housewives, and Sister Wives, and
Dance Moms. I can't get enough of the
Teen
reruns.
Mom.
Teen Mom reunion.
Now, I
Teen
saw
Mom.
one of the housewives was sentenced to 6 years today. Did you see
Who?
that for wire fraud?
Who?
Hold on, let me Google it real quick.
What is it? Beverly Hills, Potomac, what?
Hold on to 1 second. Let me Google it real quick.
6 years.
I
I was thinking Erica for a hot second the minute you said
got a
that.
couple things to do, so I'm gonna turn
Okay.
it back over to Jen. But it was great meeting you, Gypsy.
You too. We'll see you Wednesday.
Yes, absolutely. I look forward to it.
So
So, how are you supposed to
that
say
was
it?
a nice little surprise, huh?
Yes, it was. Thank you.
You're
Oh,
so
she's
welcome.
6.5
So he's
years.
off on
She
Wednesday.
was
So
on Friday. Real Housewife of Salt Lake City, Jen Shaw, was sentenced by a federal judge to 78 months or 6.5 years in prison for conspiracy to commit wire
oh,
fraud. Yeah,
oh my gosh. I'll
I
tell you
know.
what, do you watch Beverly Hills? That is
I haven't
Beverly
watched that
Hills,
in years. The last time I watched that,
Orange County too. They're bringing back some older people that I
Camille
love.
had already left Frasier, and that one woman was fighting. What's her name?
Brandy.
Rhymes. Yeah, over her husband.
Oh gosh, Brandy.
Yeah,
Brandy, I don't
that was
know
the
who
last time
Brandy
I
has a
watched
spot
it.
with, but I can also say that Camille is not my sweet tooth at all. But I am
Yeah,
sorry that
yeah.
her house and her and Denise's house got damaged. But Camille, uh, no bueno. No bueno. Everybody's
Um,
gonna hate me, but I do love me some Lisa Rinna. I don't care what anybody says. I love Lisa Rinna and Harry
oh
Hamlin.
yes, I do too. I've watched her for years.
Tell me
Her and
that
Harry
Harry
Hamlin.
Hamlin is not
Yeah,
so.
they're awesome together.
They speculate a lot concerning stuff, and just like any other reality show or anything, you
Yeah,
know, well, it's kind of like cleaning up a whole 3 years of doing everything wrong, but
right.
people speculate a lot. And even though see, okay, like with Clint, I saw Love After Lockup like for 5 minutes. Mama June was my jam. So I saw it one time. I looked over at Mike and I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. No, no, no. And then I walked down and I was 5 minutes early from my shower and I see Nug Clinton and he's sitting on a couch crying. And we
Oh,
all remember that scene. And I reached out to him. It had nothing to do with fanning or anything. No offense, I really didn't like the show. I was just like, okay, but there's so much behind the scenes, and I think that you'll really, really like that. I think you should like write down anything, and he'll answer it.
okay.
Just some of the privacy stuff, just because of what's going on
Oh yeah,
online.
yeah. I just
But
I was curious more about the process.
oh, girl, you don't even
Well,
know.
boss, let me.
He wants to explain
I
it
want
to
to
you.
talk about that. I don't. They did like everybody knows about like that accident. The accident I was in back in 2017.
Do you want me to keep the camera on, or
But well, they knew about that, but they do background checks. But I think it's pretty lenient, light, considering the circumstances.
yeah,
And
lockup doesn't give it away. Gypsy, I
yeah,
swear.
and I just remember having to do a Skype interview with one of the
Hold on, I'm sorry, I have to use the bathroom.
production assistants, and I guess it went over well with me. And then the other person had to do an interview via phone as well. So they got to talk to both the prisoner and the person not in jail. And it went pretty well. I would say it's probably like 30, 45 minutes. And we started filming probably a month or two after that interview, I think.
Oh wow, that's quick.
Yeah, it's crazy because there I was in New Mexico, and I think they flew all the way from New York or something like that, and
Oh really?
they can get there overnight. It's just amazing how quick they can, get to, because the Hobbs was where I'm from, and there's 40,000 people there, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got an airport there, but it's a small one. I think United flies out of there, but that's it as far as commercial airlines. But yeah.
38.
Well, whatever. But
So when you
yeah,
meet all the other couples for the first time,
you
is
don't.
that at the first reunion?
You don't. We have.
You don't
They
ever
don't
meet
do.
them?
see, I don't get that. Why don't they do reunion shows for Love After Lockup? They do for 90 Day Fiance. They do for
That
have
sucks.
pillow talks or whatever for that show, and
Yeah.
what other all the other reality shows they have tell-alls,
You're
where are
right.
they now type episodes, but
You're right.
You
not
know
Love After
what? It's
Lockup.
kind of a, you know why they may? I have a theory actually.
Because
So
the
you
other
get
half's back in
paid-
I
jail.
actually pitched that idea to the executive producer one time, and he just, I mean, he put a thumbs up on it, but he didn't, nothing came of it.
Pillow
obviously.
talk would be
You think
great.
that they do that though, because you guys make more than they do. So maybe because of like liability issues.
I'm sure the pay's more now because
No, it's you guys are it's the pay, it's weird.
on the pay, you get paid for every episode you're on, whether it's 30 seconds or 30 minutes.
Oh, that's
You
good.
get like a set amount,
Uh-huh.
per episode that your face or whatever is aired on.
Yeah.
Like I said, it can be for 10 seconds, 5 seconds. You get that,
Gypsy,
money.
I had to call him to let him know if he was getting paid the next week.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because
That's what I
I
had to
was living
watch
in
the
my car,
show.
and WeTV's like not exactly easy. They don't come in like hotels, it's like extra cable, not basic cable. It's the one
Right.
above that. But yeah, I didn't know, so I had to call her or ask her what's
Right.
up with this episode, because
I'm
that's
like, yep,
that's
you're
I'm getting
getting paid
paid
this week,
yes!
buddy. That's how we talk. We didn't just talk. I didn't just call him and say, hey, you're getting paid. Bye. I just
Yeah,
was like,
but-
yeah, you're getting
but
paid tonight, buddy.
I would always be like excited that day, like, am I gonna get paid? We would like talk about something at first, and then she,
I really didn't want to watch the show.
easily just,
So what kind of car do you have now?
a piece
Don't
of crap.
No, it isn't.
I mean, it's
It
not.
is not
It's
a
10
piece
years.
of-
It's 11 years old.
Clint, you want a sports car.
I'm dying for a
Your
sports
mom's
car.
not giving you a sports
would you
car.
get?
I totaled that car that I was in, and
Yeah, I
I've
know, I
not been the same since.
What
Clint,
would
oh
you
my.
get?
And nobody wonders if he's ever theatrical, and everybody gets to see it on Gypsy's show. And I'm so happy. Gypsy's so nice.
Oh, I love Gypsy.
What would you get?
Oh my God.
What would I get? Just
Yeah.
pretty much a newer version of what I had before.
There you go.
He's so happy.
Because
though.
I love having a standard.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do too.
No,
You
you
got
like to
control
settle
of the
buns
car.
for toasty. Only this could happen with Clint Brady, the animal whisperer.
Yeah,
she always does that. She always jumps on my shoulder.
That's
Every
right.
time. She uses him as a cat tree, and we have a cat tree. How ironic.
Yeah.
Was everybody nice to you as things were unfolding and going south? Were they?
I mean, like while we were filming and while I was, on the show,
Yeah.
all the people involved with the show were like, "Oh, give us a call anytime. We're there for you. We're here for you. We understand." And at the time, I mean, that's like, I mean, they would answer if I needed, but it's just like it's like brush you off, wouldn't talk much, real short answers,
As long as
and-
you were making them money, they were there.
exactly.
Money talks, right?
We're
buddy?
all about money, all of us.
Gypsy, he would really be so happy. He'd be I'd like every Friday. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch this shit show.
Oh yeah, me too. Before I
And I'm
discovered
watching this-
YouTube, that was what I did.
Well, it was weird because the person I was talking to on the phone was not the person I was watching. So before he even came
Well,
down, I was like
it's
pro
like
and conning
one of
it,
those
like,
things where I would say one word or two. It sounded like I was saying one word or two at a time on the show, like I would see, like, Tracy is my everything, and I don't think I was, like that.
Remember when I asked you why you were yelling across the street on a busy highway?
Okay, yelling across the street. I know she couldn't hear me. Everybody knows. Gypsy, 2 words. 2.
Money talks.
Money
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I never understood that though, because they always said this. Even Tracy said the show wasn't scripted, right?
Right.
I
And
mean, it's not scripted. You don't have cue cards.
hey, Clint, we're gonna do this take
But-
again and say, kind
Yeah.
of like that.
We're gonna set up the scene this way. We're gonna be, here's what we want you to talk about, and how did this make you feel? Weren't you real angry whenever this happened? Whenever she said that, trying for the drama.
I got you. I got you. So
One
they
of the
were
times-
based off real events.
Yeah. Wait, one more time. I got one story.
He's so excited. I love
one
it.
time,
Happy like this.
the executive producer wanted my mom to like lay into me, let me have it, chew my butt out, just let me rip into me,
Oh my
rip me in.
God.
He said he wanted.
We all wanted her to. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sure a lot of people do still these days, but the producer, he was like, yeah, just rip him a new ass, or something like that. And my mom just was like, no, I won't do it. And
She always had coffee and food out for them.
she was very hospitable
Yep.
for all the crew that was, would come there and film, which,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of crazy because they got to move the furniture and everything. But before that, they take a picture to make sure they put everything back the way it was. Blah, blah, blah. But my main thing is he wanted my mom to, lay into me for the drama.
Be
for
theatrical.
And she said no. And he really kept at her, and she just kept saying no. And
This
Aw,
house says no.
Yeah.
It means no, don't it?
that was
Yeah.
sweet of her.
You don't want to
Would
be
she
on
have
her.
gotten something extra if she had?
I didn't even what they pay other people on the show as compared to the actual people on the show is peanuts, crumbs.
Oh, really? So family members aren't paid the same as you?
If I don't think I think my mom got like $150 payment one time, and I think she got they paid for to get a manicure and pedicure and
What?
one day.
I didn't. Oh my gosh.
That
you
was
learn
only
something
one
new
day
every
though,
day.
Jen.
I'm gonna
That's
exploit
nice.
you and get
So
your
not
fingernails
worth it.
done.
Little perk.
She was
Yeah.
a good. I mean, she did. She went through some stuff too,
Oh yeah.
but she was so hospitable to them. She was.
Yeah, to the crew that was filming, she would you like this? How are you? Is it hot, too hot or cold?
That's
And
sweet.
just-
Gypsy, I love your smile. I just met you, and it's just like last night.
Yeah, I'm subscribing to you whenever I get back on
Yeah, I
YouTube.
appreciate that.
Tired. He
So
just
like when people are like, well, how did the film crew knew to be there right then and there?
Exactly.
That's where they're reenacting
Exactly.
the moment that did happen. They're just reenacting it, right?
Bingo.
Gypsy,
And
you probably
many
want to
times
make a list.
when they reenact something, it's from something that happened weeks or months prior to that.
Right. And you've
Yeah.
got to like remember how you did it, right?
Yeah.
Or get as close to it as you can that how
Yeah.
you did it,
Tell him about the door.
Oh, the door. Do you remember me breaking the hotel door?
Let me ask you this. So when you were at the prison and she was getting out, was that on real time or was it reenacted?
No, that was on real time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, it was
That's a genuine moment.
yes, it was. Except for, having to replay some things, because of whatever. But
Yeah.
no,
But like, remember when she jumped on Scott and he lost his teeth?
That was real.
Is that all real?
That
Is that all
was
that was real
He
for
is-
sure.
Yes, if he was here, but right now he is down here laughing his ass off at me and Clint for real. He's like, man, you better show all them that stuff I sent you. I bet you he's thinking that. And God, he was so sweet, wasn't he, Clint?
Oh, I love Scott.
We really miss him. You do meet some really
He was one of the very few on there where I felt like, hey, I can trust this guy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Others, there's no bro code or honor code or whatever.
Right.
up front. It's
Because
like,
so many people would hit on Jen. Like,
we're not naming any cast member.
Oh, I
names.
bet
I'm not
you
naming
had all
anybody,
kinds of girls coming on to you, did you?
Don't look
I
at
don't
me.
know.
He had a lot of dancing moments on Friday where you could
Just
probably
wanting to
find
get to
with
be
a
on
lot of
TV
my
with you,
lives.
right?
What's that?
Look at it.
Sometimes maybe
Look
they
at
just
it.
wanted to be. What did she say?
Okay, I'll give you a fun fact. You want to know why I hated Fridays? You want to fill it
Because
in,
it came
sir?
on.
Oh my god! So the dancing was it was oh my god, but it was fun. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
After
I was very entertaining, Jen.
you were very no, you were entertaining.
You were.
What I didn't like, and what you guys don't know, is Clint is not a drinker except on that night, and there's a reason
Oh.
why. Because he throws up, ladies and gentlemen. He is
Yeah.
not a drinker, ladies and gentlemen. And then one time I was hiding in the back room, and I was like, "You get your boo thing done, and I'm gonna go watch Robert Stack, which is Unsolved Mysteries." Dennis
Oh
Gaines.
yeah. I love
Dennis
that.
So Clint's dancing, and his agent,
Oh my
Jen.
god.
I'm telling. Okay. So his agent. Oh, girl, you have to make a list of questions for this man. You're gonna have so much fun. So anyway, back to the Friday Night Lives when Clint was twerking and genuine. I don't care what he was on Friday. I recorded. I was told Jen the A, and Clint had to put GEN and then T. So I was the agent, the stalker, the mistress. And fun fact, we didn't even truly get together until he came down in February, the beginning of
Yeah.
February. We didn't get together and make it public until June 20th, which was my birthday.
But that's been
And that's when
several
they
years now.
posted.
Y'all been together several years, right?
Oh gosh. How many years? Almost 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've known each other for over 3 years, but yeah. Whew. Clint.
Now, were you a producer?
No way.
I thought
I
I'd
turned
read
out.
you were a
Listen,
producer.
girl,
Sorry.
I did not. No. Do I know the producer?
No, I thought
not
that maybe you were
physically.
a producer. I thought I'd read you.
Hell no.
Genevieve, right? Well,
You could.
people stir up bullshit.
Oh, I'm pretty much very much not liked in a certain community, and I have left it. And I love coming to new communities like this where it's actually
Yeah,
fun.
I'm glad you're here too. Thank you, Gator. She was like my first guest when I finally went live, and love her to death. She's so cute.
The
What's
door story.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
the door story.
Yeah.
You know what I could do to help you out if you're okay? I do have a few people that I am friends with, and I can speak with them and
Okay.
ask them if they would be. There's one person that I actually have set up whenever, but because of some. Not everything's great now, but I can actually speak with him, and if you would like to interview him, I can message you, or Christy Marie could give you my number.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I'll speak with him. And if you would like to interview him, I'm sure he wouldn't mind it.
That would be fantastic.
Tell me who he is in private chat. Jen, do you remember the dance videos? Is that from the old apartment?
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
was
yeah.
drunk, and then he
He
went
was
on the patio or whatever, and was acting a fool on the
Oh,
patio and thought he was gonna fall off or something. I remember those videos. I've
So
known you as long as you've been with Clint.
Oh my God, girl. Listen.
Doesn't
Okay,
seem like
so one Friday,
years.
I was like, I'm not taping you. I'm not doing any of this. I want nothing to do with this, Clinton. And I said, do not even one time mention me. Do not subliminally pull your bullshit. Don't even try it. I am literally how many miles, Clint? 7? I was exactly 4.7 miles away from him, and he had to point that out. 1.4, I'm sorry. He walked to me 1.4 miles in the rain with an Ultimate Warrior mask that Mia had chewed half off to walk in and tell me that he walked 1.4 miles in the rain to tell me he loved me.
Oh, see, you gotta love that. You gotta keep it
What
going.
the fuck ever, Jen? Stop lying.
I read the book that the mask came with. I'm not lying at all. I know everything about the Ultimate Warrior and oh yeah, Papa to a Slim Jim, whoever that guy is. I think I get them all mixed up. They all just wrestle. Macho Man, I'm sorry.
He said, "Hush your mouth."
Clint kicked the door and they were just like, well, just keep kicking it. He had already damaged it.
I had like just put one hole in it, and that was obviously accidental. But well, I mean, I didn't. I hit it, but I guess I hit it too hard. It's a weak door, but
Damn weak doors.
Here's the door.
It's weak if I can put a hole in it. But
I bet you wouldn't have been saying that if it was a steel door.
anyways, so I'd hit it, and the producer saw it, and he wasn't too happy, of course. And then he said, "You know what? Let's make something out of this. I got to pay for the whole door, anyways. So we're gonna film you, hitting the door, putting a couple more holes in it, So." That it was already ruined. So
rest in peace, door. But you
they
wore
had to
that
pay for the door.
little, what was that thing around your neck that I kept when we were joking? Remember when I tied you up and we were joking and you sent the picture out? It was all over the internet and people thought, oh my God, it was so bad.
Oh, with the pillow.
I missed the balcony, Clint. You missed the balcony. Remember when Forrest got lost and when he got loose and he was running. Oh my God. I don't know you. New number. Who does?
I miss the balcony. Yeah. I miss the drunk balcony days.
How?
What?
He does. I don't.
Entertaining. I was a Clint entertainer.
Well, you were a Clint entertainer, and but you're not a drinker.
I'm Orville Redenbacher now.
Oh my God, Clint! I call him Orville Redenbacher because he's not as noisy and loud as I miss him to be. He's growing up, he's adulting, and he's liking it a whole lot. We're both adulting, actually.
I'm changing the name of the show so we can keep talking.
Yeah, just like I mean, if you're okay with that, but I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
You're asking so many good questions.
In a murder case.
Well, usually Clint's doing interviews for bad stuff I've done, so this is a really good thing, actually. So he's like, this is good intent. He said this could be something cool with you guys.
Yeah, no, I was about to call you Gypsy, then Nevaeh, Jen. I want to know in private chat who you talking about.
What do you mean? Who am I talking about? Which one?
The interviewer.
What?
The interview.
I said that Gypsy.
You said the other person that, you want me to interview.
Yeah, I want to know who the person is.
I'm not telling you. No. I'm going to tell Gypsy because it'll be her surprise. You have nothing to do with this.
I'm not going to tell Gypsy. Are you kidding me? I just want to know if I know who they are.
I'm just. Okay, hold on.
I'm so sorry, Jen. I'll back off.
No, just, it, not the creator, but there you go.
Let's see the broadcast
on panel. So, Gypsy, did you like your surprise?
Did you see it?
Absolutely.
Okay, here's somebody that I do speak with.
I hope it took it. Did it take it?
What about her?
The October baby. We were talking to Clint Brady and Jen from Love After Lockup.
Oh, Jen was never on Love After Lockup. Never.
She was never on it.
It just wasn't my cup of tea. I just like I said, I saw it just making my sandwich one night and I was like, Michael, what is that damn show? I was like, oh God, no. And then Mama June came on, so it was like everything was good. But when I saw him crying,
I never got to watch that. That's with the little girl and her mom, right?
Honey
Hell
Boo
yeah.
Boo.
Yeah,
Clint
Honey Boo
plays Sugar Bear.
Thank you.
Clint hates it when I call him Sugar Bear.
Yeah. What about me now?
Oh my God, Clint's nothing like Sugar Bear. Get out of here.
Thank
you, Christy Marie.
Thank you, Christy Marie. As long as
About
somebody
time
agrees
for
with
it,
him.
Mike, Gator.
You can
did
find a video of my friend Michael, who's apparently my nail tech. But anyway, uh, there's a video of Michael and Clint. They remind me of the Step Brothers, and they act like that, except I haven't caught them doing anything with drums or testicles. However, there's a video that you can see of Michael and Clinton where Michael, you just have to watch it. It's on the channel, and it's really
Okay.
funny.
Well,
Mike and Clint
when,
are
when you met him, and you said
Mm-hmm.
that he was nothing like he was when you saw him on TV, was that a good thing for you?
nope, no way.
No. Like how?
Wait. So when I met him that night, I didn't. You guys are gonna think I'm such a dumbass. He kept
You
sending
are.
me.
Show them the real you, Jen.
Are you using me for clicks and views, Christy Marie, on somebody else's panel? Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, Step
No
Brothers. That's
way.
why she's my ninja sister. Step Brothers is the best.
Oh my God.
Okay, so first it wasn't so much a date. It was like, I don't know what it was. We had been talking for 3 months. And honestly, it was so appropriate. There was no, I sent him 2 regular pictures of myself, and it took me literally 35 minutes to pick the most appropriate picture. I bought 3 shirts that night when he was coming down, and I had a nail appointment set up, and I didn't realize the estimated time.
Just curious, was any of the 3 pink?
Was any of the what? I'm sorry.
3 shirts pink.
The research.
The 3 shirts. Pink.
The 3 shirts, was any of them pink?
Or any of the 3 shirts that you picked out? Were any of them
Oh, yes. One was pink. I
Isn't that
chose the
funny
black
how
one.
we do that? We always pick pink. Go
I
ahead.
had pink, black, and tan, and the black one was the last one. And I remember I curled my hair. I did not know it had rained outside. But I don't know. I wasn't expecting, to be completely honest with you, like, it didn't get romantic until June, but by November it was very romantic, and has been, allegedly, or in my opinion. But no, we went through a lot of stuff, and we're going through stuff now that's positive stuff. And Christy Marie, she can talk to you about it. That's fine.
That's fantastic.
But I just remember he pulled up, and he had been living in his car. So he got out, because it literally was like 2 days for him to get down to me. And yeah, he needed a break.
Yeah.
So he came down, and all I remember is was his eyes. I always thought people that had blue eyes were like crazy pants, in my opinion, people that I had met. And I just remember Clint's got very mesmerizing eyes, just like old soul, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like still water that runs deep.
That's fantastic.
And I remember I went up, and we both kind of lightly pinched each other, I guess. And this is all the truth, honestly. I know it sounds sappy, but it's true. And we just gave each other a really big hug. And then we went to Olive Garden. And then I thought something, but that didn't happen. But Clint was absolutely the best cuddler. I have to say that night confirmed nothing like that happened. It just did not work that way. But the cuddling was great. He was the first guy that ever puts his arm out and keeps it out the whole night and doesn't say, "Oh, my arm's going numb." He's the best.
Is there anybody in chat that has a question for both of them?
Nothing related to my old life.
Did he talk about the door? Explain the door story?
You did.
Yeah, he kicked the door,
Okay.
and I mean, the show was going to have to pay for it anyways. They were like, man, just at this point, take an axe and just chop the whole damn thing down. I really truly thought that Clint was screaming across the highway. And I asked him probably like 6 or 7 months ago, I'm like, bro, why were you screaming across the highway? Did you really think anybody could hear you? And he's like, money talks. I'm like, got it. So much behind the scenes. So I would definitely say, and he'll answer anything unless it's like a privacy thing, just due to some online stuff. But just
Now,
stuff
does
like
he have like certain episodes that he's approved that is there specific ones I should not use?
if he can't answer it, he'll tell you he can't answer it. Or if he doesn't feel comfortable, he'll tell you. But he's pretty, you can tell by Clint. Well, Ninja Fred, whatever or whoever, or they didn't hear it. He was, when they say it's not scripted, just because they don't hold up cue cards, it can be scripted. But some of the
Scripted in a
people,
way that it isn't true, or scripted in a way that they're reenacting it?
Clint's theatrical, so it was very easy to get Clint to be theatrical. But on the phone, he was very, very calm and had a very nice voice. And I paid my loved one $5 to use a room so I could have talk time with them every night without all that outside noise and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we talked every night for 3 months. And it was pretty much towards the end, other than I have feelings for you. That's pretty much as racy as it got, guys. So, nobody's got an underwear check or anything. But we did.
And so you've met his parents? You've been there?
I haven't been there, but his dad's been down a couple times. I've gotten to meet his mom and dad and his son. His son's a good kid. He's a good kid.
I've been to Texas a couple of times, and each time I think it was in the summertime, and I'm picturing it being hazy and hot.
He adjusted pretty well to the cold, which I thought was because I do not do hot. I mean, my blood pressure, like,
But I'm in North Carolina, so
I don't know how you do it, but he's adjusted pretty well to the cold. But I will definitely say he doesn't tolerate the cold as well as I do, and I can barely tolerate it just because I don't know, probably because I'm tiny. I'm just like I just run and just get to the car. But he's doing he just in our regular life, it's like so much more at peace, even just because of Christy Marie, she was a big part of it. So I like coming into channels like this where there isn't fighting and chaos and stuff. I'm 6 days late from the new year, but I think it's better late than never, and it does. It sucks. I love fall.
Cold sucks. I used to not mind it, but the older I get, I can't do it, but I can't do real hot either.
I think November is probably the best season ever, just because you have a reason to bundle up, throw on some Uggs, and sit near a campfire, and the smells and everything. I took so much for granted the past couple years. I didn't realize, but yeah. And Clint's changed a lot too. He's settled down. He's settled down a lot. We're both kind of adulting. It's not just him, it's me too. And yeah.
Do you think he would ever go back to do a cameo or something like that? Or if they did do a pillow talk, would y'all do that? Would you
I want nothing to do with any of it. And even before I had the channel on YouTube, I did not, and I cannot confirm or deny whether something was offered, wink, or twice, wink. No, I didn't want a part of any of it. I didn't like the show, to be honest with you. And it is very entertaining. It is entertaining to people, but it is a train wreck. It is. I mean, they have memory games where and they have Clint on there as a reoffender.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of happy endings. Some of the people I mean, I do know them, not just kind of because of Clint, but some of the people, the females that I'm friends with, I'll speak with them.
.com and October Baby. This is Clint Brady and Jen from Love After Lockup.
I wasn't on Love After Lockup.
But that's who we're talking to. I was going to talk about a local murder case, and they're wondering what we're talking about. So I just
Well, I can sit here and listen, or I can
She
drop
loves
down.
true crime.
I love true crime.
1 second here.
Or I can drop down. Actually, I'm going to drop down, spend some time with him. He just got off work. But so Wednesday, Clint, are you good with that?
Absolutely.
So Wednesday, good with you, Gypsy?
Yeah, that's great with
What
me.
time?
Usually the afternoon.
Yeah, he's Eastern Standard.
Okay, good.
So what time would work the best for you
For
tentatively?
me,
Or
like two to 4, somewhere like that, or 2, 3, or 4,
Yeah.
or 5, something like that.
whatever's the best for you, if that's
Yeah.
okay. Well,
I guess
thank you.
All that is that midday, maybe, I don't know. Good to meet you too, and you too, Clint. And I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about this local case.
He's like, thank you. I love when he does that. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you for thank you.
I
I
appreciate the
up to you.
surprise so much. Yeah, and we'll see you on Wednesday. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
thank
bring
you
this
guys so
back
much.
on Wednesday, guys, and do a more
Oh, I'm
formal
not coming back. I'm just gonna stay in the chat and bug my ninja buddy.
Okay.
Well, thank you. It's
I'm
nice to
gonna
meet
drop
you.
down too. I will drop down too. I just wanted to give you a surprise.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you
I love
guys.
Thank you.
you. Okay.
Nice to meet you, Gypsy. Bye,
You too.
Christy. God, and she leaves me up here like it's our first date or something. Anyway, nice to meet you, and thank you again so much.
Good to meet you too.
And if you want,
Where'd she go? Okay. Okay, so that was a nice little surprise from Gator. That was Clint Brady and now girlfriend. She was never a part of Love After Lockup, but that is the show that he is affiliated with. So one of my guilty pleasures that I enjoy. Love After Lockup and 90 Day Fiance. It's kind of what brought me into this virtual reality world. My hair looks all whacked out because I don't feel good today, but such is life. So now I can talk to you guys. How are y'all doing? There was a case that I talked about a few months ago. You guys may remember. It was the Addison Lanham case. And let's see here if I can show you. Hold on 1 second. Let me find my. Hopefully this is the right video clip, but Addison Lanham was a little girl that died in a motel room in Bessemer City, North Carolina. I believe it happened in 2011 and June 2011. And her mother and her mother's boyfriend, who was a sex offender, were both charged with her murder. So she did her, I think it was 10 or 11 years, and her boyfriend did his 10 or 11 years, whatever it was. And she gets out and meets a guy who was a cop in Ranlo, North Carolina, which is just outside where Addison passed away. And so they're like neighboring towns. There's Gastonia, Ranlo, Lowell, Bessemer City. And so she's married this Ranlo cop who has children and living her best life. And he, 2 nights ago, or was it 3 nights ago, followed a man or went to a man's house and shot him. So we're gonna play that. Hopefully it works.
First tonight, Ranlo police officer Waku Riley Ajapan is now out of the hospital tonight and in jail after a fight in Gaston County that happened on New Year's Eve. Well, he's charged with first-degree murder and the shooting death of a 33-year-old man, Juan Avalo. And Ajapan was off duty at the time, according to authorities, and had only been with the department for about 4 months. A Queen City News reporter, Sydney Heiberger, tonight live outside the Gaston County Courthouse where the officer appeared today. Now, Sydney, you got your hands on a very revealing search warrant. So what did you find out?
Yeah, Alicia, that search warrant told us what led up to this fight between Juan Avalo and Officer Riley. And it actually turns out that that fight started over Avalo's significant others. A search warrant obtained by Queen City News reveals Officer Kwaku Riley Agyapong encountered Juan Avalo back in November when he responded to Avalo's home for a domestic disturbance call. Avalo reportedly traveled to New York shortly after that disturbance and was not served with his arrest warrant. But Gaston County jail records show he was charged with assault by strangulation and assault on a female on December 7th.
We certainly did not detect any red flags with Officer Riley's performance over the past 4 months. He was an experienced officer. He had experience in other departments.
But according to that warrant, Officer Riley and Avalo's significant other stayed in touch. And on New Year's Eve, Avalo reportedly found Riley's number in her phone. The warrant states Avalo contacted Riley and the two arranged to meet up.
This was certainly not something that would have that we were able to detect any type of similar behavior pattern. Certainly nothing of this magnitude. Very shocking, very surprising, very, very disappointing.
It says, quote, Officer Riley suggested that they meet at the QT gas station to fight, and Avalo replied that Officer Riley knew where he lived. Riley apparently showed up at Avalo's home with a gun in hand. It was later determined that gun was his service weapon.
It was very surprising and shocking to all of us that he was there. His motives or his reason for going there remains to be unseen.
Investigators found Riley with a stab wound in his neck, and they found Avalo with an apparent gunshot wound in his head. Avalo was pronounced dead at the hospital a few hours later.
We're working to ensure that our officers are taken care of, their mental health is taken care of, their physical health is taken care of, and we're going to continue to be as transparent and honest with everyone.
Officer Riley had his first court appearance here today and then was taken to the Cleveland County Jail, where he is now sitting without bond. I also asked the Ranlo town attorney why this was not considered a self-defense case, and he said that that determination was made by the district attorney's office and the State Bureau of Investigation fairly early on in this investigation. I'm live at the Gaston County Courthouse. Sydney Heiberger, Queen City News.
Sydney, thank you for your report there. Yeah, that was a great question. It's what I wanted to know.
You don't go present.
Slide.
Okay, so this is the wife right here. Okay, and she, let's see, how do I get to the next picture? How do I get to the next picture? Okay. Okay, hold on a second. That was her little girl. Okay. And so this little girl dies, and she goes to prison for it. He is a child sex offender. And if y'all remember when I shared this before, she was let me put some of this okay. According to records, she had been sexually assaulted and had sepsis from boils on her head. And they were living in a hotel hiding from DSS because he was a sex offender. And family members had called about being worried about them living in a hotel together. Okay, so she gets out and meets this guy. It's a crazy story. And he's arrested yesterday for murder. He's a cop. This guy is a cop. And he murdered. Wait do y'all hear this? This guy. Because he was having an affair with this guy's wife. So, this is his wife, a murderer, convicted murderer. But he's having an affair with this guy's wife. This guy, according to the article today, he saw the cop's phone number in her phone, and it's like, what the hell? So they call each other, have words with each other, and the cop said, this guy says, I'll meet you at the Quick Trip. He goes to the Quick Trip, which is a gas station here locally, and he wasn't there. So he went to this guy's house, and this guy stabs the cop and takes off running. After he stabbed the cop and takes off running, the cop shoots him 4 times, one of those times in the head. So this guy's, how they knew each other. I was going to post the picture of the, let's see, do I have it? So this little girl died because of her. And this guy died because of him, a cop. So I'm going to read you the story. I tell you, the stories that come out of this county, I mean, I could just do that county and have plenty of content. Here we go. Local man speaks out about man allegedly shot and killed by Ranlo police officer. This happened in Ranlo, North Carolina. The family of a man authorities say was shot and killed by a Ranlo police officer is speaking out about the moments leading up to his death. Authorities say 33-year-old Juan Avallo was shot to death by a Ranlo police officer on January 1st, 2023. Search warrants show Avallo contacted, I can't pronounce that, after he found the officer's cell phone number saved in his wife's phone. Warrants show the men communicated about meeting up to fight. Authorities say last November, Aguiapon investigated a domestic violence case at Avalo's home. So this guy, I'm going to slow down, went to this guy's house over a domestic, and that's where he acquired his wife's phone number. He was stating that he had been through a domestic violence case and that he was a victim of it before, and he was using this, wanting to be supportive, says Crystal Ortiz, Avalo's wife. Ortiz says she was shocked when the officer showed up at their home on Burlington Avenue around 2 a.m. on New Year's Day. She says the family noticed Aguiapon had a gun. He was asked multiple times to leave, and he refused to do so. The family says Avalo had a knife and attempted to defend himself against Aguiapon. According to warrants, the officer was stabbed before Avalo was shot. Avalo died hours after at a local hospital. Aguiapon remains behind bars in Cleveland County on first-degree murder charges without bond. He previously worked at the police as a police officer in Gastonia, North Carolina, and also worked as a corrections officer in Rowan County. We think that is where he met her as a corrections officer. Avalo's family is now planning for their loved one's funeral. So what do y'all think of that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. So y'all tell me something. This guy was shot in the back and the head. And this guy is saying it's self-defense. The cop is saying it's self-defense. But he drove to his house, sought him out, and yeah, protect and serve. I was very disappointed when I saw that, because I backed the blue. My dad was a cop, so I backed the blue. I got an update on the Kajakari case too. Hold on one second, and I will share that with you too. So the police officer was stabbed first and then shot the guy. The police officer was stabbed first, but he was not on duty. And he used his service weapon. Now, this is what I want to know is, how did he, the cop, get away with having her as a wife when she's a convicted felon? Mm-hmm. So he has guns. See what I'm saying? Now, people have said, let me put this up here real quick. People have said that this little girl right here was split open, if you know what I mean, women, from being sodomized. Literally, there were stories on the street, let's put it that way, about her being in a hotel with that sex offender. And then mom would go to work and leave her there with him, a sex offender. And the records are sealed. I don't know if they still are, but in her 911 call, never forget, she said that she slipped in the bathtub, and that's why she was slit frontwards and backwards. Yeah, it was from sodomy. So it'll be interesting to see all the cases this guy's been on. He was asked to resign from the Gaston County Police Department. The word on the street is it was for excessive force. And he moved to the neighboring town, Ranlo, taking a $9,000 decrease in salary to stay a cop. But I also wonder if marrying a felon and someone that he worked directly with because he was a corrections officer, I wonder if that had any bearing on him losing his job. So, hey, Chaotic, good to see you. Hey, John Deere. Yeah, dirty as fuck. And I have watched the whole town sounds like it needs just a whole overhaul. The town manager and chief of police was asked to resign just like a year and a half ago for, from what I remember, misappropriating funds. So there you go on that. A lot of corruption going on in that area. That's for sure. And Gaston, which is, a neighboring town and where he was a cop at, is where my daughter was murdered. So I try to keep up with the bizarre crimes that come out of that city. I could tell y'all stories of things that we have listened to, read, and watched on the news of bizarre crimes that happen in this county. Like, take for instance, I was just telling Luna today, there was, hey Alicia, okay, thank you for coming. There was this girl that was, I want to say she was a stripper, and she was pregnant, and her and her boyfriend got into a tussle, and he threw her out of the car or a truck, and he ran over her and then drove back over her again. And I think she lost that baby and all four of her kids because she chose to stay with them. Yeah, make it make sense, right? Wonder why it's grainy. Wonder if it's because it's so dark. How my glasses reflect. How do I make my glasses not reflect? Y'all know? It does bad, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's that story. I had to get that out because I was reading about it in the middle of the night. And so, yeah, let me give you the update on the Kajakori case that I covered the day before yesterday out of Cornelius, North Carolina. Madison County, North Carolina, the investigation and search for a missing 11-year-old girl from Cornelius is expanding across North Carolina. The Cornelius Police Department is now asking anyone who saw Madalena Corjacari's mom or a Toyota Prius in Madison County to please come forward. Madison County is located in the North Carolina mountains close to the Tennessee border. A 3-hour drive from West Cornelius. So that's the car they're looking for. Y'all can see that. And I think I have a picture of her mom here because they're looking for her as well. It's a flyer with their pictures on it. Let's see if I can find that flyer for you. Sorry, make sure I get the right info out. And this is the mom that they're looking for. Okay. Hey, happy sweet girl. This is the stepfather. Now, see, this is another case of a reality show, like the one we were just talking about. These two met on a reality show. She's from Moldova. He's from Michigan. And then here is a little girl that's missing. This is the little girl with the burn pile out back. And the investigators were looking at it yesterday. That's her. That's who they're looking for. Okay. And then where's that car at? It was a Prius. Y'all know what a Prius looks like. Here's another little picture of the little girl here. That was her. They're looking for her too. So that's two cases out of my area. And then y'all got to meet Clint Brady from Love After Lockup, who's going to be here on Wednesday to chit chat with us some more about all that good stuff. Love After Lockup, Crom and Grom, right? So I was like really upset to see that. First of all, this person right here is like living her best life in her Facebook photos. She's eating crab and lobster and getting her hair did, and her nails done, wearing a diamond, going to the beach while her little girl is gone. And the people that were in the courtroom that saw photos of what she looked like when she passed, they said it was horrific. She had contracted sepsis from boils on her head, and it was so infected it exposed parts of her brain. And she had a broken leg, and they wouldn't take her to get medical help because she would get found that she was with a sex offender, and they would see that they were, renting her out for drugs. They were both crack addicts living in a hotel, living under the radar. The DSS was actively looking for her. And you never heard of Love After Lockup or 90 Day Fiance? You are missing out because you won't believe what people do for love. People like this guy right here, he just ruined his career, his life, his children over this woman's wife. The things people will do for love. It's crazy. Oh yeah, definitely. I have a whole lot to say about the case that was just on TV in the Idaho 4. If you go back to Bundy and you go back to Danny Rolling and you go back to the Night Stalker, they all got in at night with college students and overpowered men. So it's really not new. I think we're just hearing about it or talking about it more because, things used to be, don't talk about that. So, hey, Jimmy, good to see you. So I have to wonder, it is scary times. Alicia, I've noticed like 10, 20 years ago, you didn't hear much about Satanism like you did in the 80s and the hair bands. But boy, has Satan made a comeback. I hear about Satanism and Antichrist and stuff like that so much more now. It's crazy. Hey, Jimmy, I'm glad you went to church last night or night before. I hope you had a good time. I miss going to church on Wednesday nights because that's when they feed you, isn't it? That's when they'd always have the buffets, fried chicken. I love church fried chicken from old ladies. They know how to bread it just right. I couldn't believe that story today. I could tell y'all some stories about that town. But instead, I think I'll spotlight them on a show so you can just know how damn desperate people will get to stay. And I know it's like Stockholm syndrome or something, but Jesus. At some point, why are you doing that? Why are you staying with someone like that? Like Sunshine Brown, who she was a stripper and she was pregnant, and her boyfriend got mad at her and ran over her and then ran back over her. And she went back with him and lost custody of the kids. It's all in the paper, so I'm not doxing anybody. There was news articles all about it. I think it's the portal to hell. I do. I think that's where the portal to hell, if y'all want to know where the portal to the hell is, it's Gaston. Sorry, but I mean, I, I don't even want to go there because I'll get some people pissed off at me that are from there, and I don't want to do that. So, um, I have to wonder how much of it is the people, and how much of it is the municipal, because they have a revolving door there. It seems like. Hell no, exactly. Oh, wow. Did you really? That's crazy. Chose a man over her kids. Yes. And then there was another one. It started off in a different town. I want to say it was Hickory, North Carolina. And she had a restraining order against her significant other. He breaks in her bedroom window and kidnaps her and brings her to Gastonia. And when she's trying to escape, he takes a knife and is stabbing her while she jumps from the car. He gets out, turns around and gets out and stabs her some more. And she runs from him and gets hit by car after car after car after car. She died. Huh? So she was hit by a red pickup. Yeah. So, because the pickup driver was interviewed, but they're all going down 321 highway, and you see a domestic. The domestics down there are way too damn much. Way too damn much. You know, that keeping it in the family bullshit. I don't know. I don't know. Just if anyone is in here from Gastonia, I'm sorry, but I don't know what to say. Try not to judge other towns and stuff, but damn, I mean, just brutal shit comes out of that town. According to Supernatural, the main portal to hell is in Wyoming. When you drive there, maybe it's because I've been traumatized by the town. I went through a horrific divorce and child custody battle with my ex, and I cracked up over that. and lost everything I had, and got in a bad way. So it has some bad history to it for me. But when I return, it's a aura. It's the bad energy. You can feel it. I don't know. Google it sometime, and you'll see really bizarre crimes coming out of there. There was a movie called Little Chicago, and it was filmed in Gastonia. So there you go. It used to be a textile mecca for the South, and a lot of northeastern textile owners moved down here in unions, and so there were a lot of gangsters, you know. So there you go. My dad told me all about this when he was a cop, and how he dreaded having to work that beat because he worked for the state of North Carolina, and so he never knew where he was going to go do a bust. And he always told me I hated that beat, and he couldn't wait for me to get out of there. So anyway, they've really got some crazy stuff. Does anybody want to come up and chat with me? Oh, me too, Alicia. Yeah, I'm done with the whole dating thing. I mean, I don't want nobody seeing me naked. I don't want to see me naked. I don't want you to touch me. Don't look at me. Yeah, I'm just, I'm gonna get me a dog. I'm gonna get me a dog 'cause I love dogs. And that I'm not. No, I joke with my husband all the time. Oh, maybe God will send me the man of my dreams when you get gone. Just joking with him, or I'm real pissed off at him. But I totally don't mean it. Y'all have seen my husband and what he's like, so I couldn't imagine. And when I think about what am I going to do when he dies, and y'all see how much he does for me, I'm going to be really sad. I'm probably going to crack up. So anyway. Well, I guess that's my show for tonight. If you guys want to get in on the interview with Love After Lockup's Clint Brady on Wednesday, it sounds like we're probably going to do it around 2, maybe 4, depending on their schedule. So y'all be sure and come back for that. And y'all bring questions if you have any questions about how. I know Sarah probably would, because of how it is so similar to what has been happening on YouTube. The scripts and how much of it is, produced. And he pretty much told us, it's just a reenactment of things that really did happen. So there's not really a script. So I thought that was really interesting that, it really is stuff that really did happen. And I thought that was kind of neat. Yeah, I'll just get myself candles and a bottle of wine and some pretty underwear and just make out with myself, right? Treat myself good. Take me out to eat. Tell me I'm beautiful. You're so beautiful. Yeah. Right? You got to sing when you got a mic, especially when it's Friday night.
How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
It's so funny. You want to hear some sound? I need some new ones. Oh, you mean from my thing? I don't know how to operate it yet. Let me see. See how I don't know how to do it. Let's see. Thank you. No, I wouldn't. I would listen. Stop. Dang it, Candace, right before I go eat. Sorry. She hopes you're doing as good as she is. Yes, on the new device. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Where's my good glasses? Some tiny type here. What does this do here?
Wait a minute. I'll show you.
Got it. What? It's funny. It's hard to get up here when it's all tied to this thing here. Yeah, we're still like trying to figure it out.
You should
Yeah,
change
it is
your
pretty
voice.
cool.
Change your voice to a child.
All right, well, good night. I'm gonna go ahead and end it now too. So have a good dinner, and I'll probably go eat mine too. I think I'll have some soup. I'm not feeling good tonight. So thank y'all for coming, and I can't remember if tomorrow what I'm doing tomorrow night. It was supposed to have been Corlette Shenanigans tonight, and a bunch of other stuff happened. So I wanted to go over the case, and of course Clint came, and that was fantastic. Thank you again, Gator. I appreciate that. That was too cool. I really appreciate that. That was awesome.